Alright, welcome back to Chapter 9. We're talking about classes, and in this video we're going to have a look at where to write a class declaration. And you really have to think back to other things of where you want to declare your variables or where you want to declare anything. We're really talking about the scope or where it's accessible from. So we could create, and you can see down here, we've got here this class coin, and we could put the coin class inside the namespace of our form and inside of our solution. So you can see here that the class here is directly beneath the form class itself. So when we have a form, it's a class on its own, and so this one is independent. So we could just put it directly below that. It would make it available to any of the classes inside of the namespace that you're currently working on right here. So we could just add it if we just needed to create a one or two off instances of objects that were created. We could put it right here. The alternative to that is that inside of our Solution Explorer, we can actually right-click on our project right here, our solution, and we can, when we right-click it, we can add a class. And basically all we're doing is we're adding a text file. You can see here it shows up with this little icon of a C#. This is a text file called a CS file. And the CS file is basically your C# file. And inside of here is a blank screen where we could add the class inside of there. So it's still available to anything part of this solution in the namespace that you're working on. So if I needed to call upon my coin class, I could still access it because I'm still inside my namespace of my project here. Alright, so we can passing an object to a method. So objects of a class can be used as parameters of the method. So if you take a look at this, what we're doing here is we're creating a method here called show the coin status. And inside that, we're going to accept an argument into this parameter here. Now the parameter itself is a class, so an instance of this coin class called myCoin. So I'm going to pass in whatever information in here, and then we're going to bring it into the method and pass that parameter inside here. So my coin, or the coin class, the instance of that coin class, can be passed basically as an argument into the parameter into this particular method. So passing an object into a method is how it's done. And you may remember from the previous slide that we had a method in there, a value return method called getSideUp. So if we created an instance of a coin, it would automatically have access to that method's member, and we could then return whether it's heads or tails. Now in this example here we only defined it as heads, so this would output the message box side is heads or head, whatever it happened to be. Alright, let's have a look at an example here in the in-class exercise 9.1.